My friends, one of the greatest secrets to personal power is the ability to remain unshaken in the midst of noise, criticism, and opposition. Life will test you with interruptions, insults, and inconveniences. People will misunderstand you, misjudge you, and sometimes even try to provoke you. But the true master of success is the one who can walk through the storm without allowing a single drop to dampen his inner flame. Most people waste precious energy reacting to the smallest offenses, the pettiest words, and the lightest obstacles. They wear their emotions on their sleeves and allow every gust of wind to blow them off course. But success belongs to those who keep their eyes on the destination, not on the distractions. You must learn to act as if nothing and no one has the power to disturb your peace. When you react in anger, frustration, or fear, you give your power away. You hand control of your emotions to others. But when you remain calm, composed, and unshaken, you become untouchable. The person who cannot be provoked cannot be controlled. And the person who cannot be controlled is free to focus entirely on their mission. Remember this: the world will always have critics. The higher you climb, the more voices will try to pull you down. This is not a sign to quit. It is proof you are making progress. Every great leader, inventor, and builder of dreams has been criticized, doubted, and attacked. They succeeded not because they avoided opposition, but because they refused to let opposition live in their minds. So how do you develop this strength? You train your mind daily. You decide that your inner world is yours alone, that nothing and no one enters without your permission. You learn to smile at adversity, to rise above pettiness, and to carry yourself with dignity, even when surrounded by chaos. You make your purpose so strong that no insult, no rejection, no delay can shake it. Act as if nothing bothers you, and soon nothing will. It is not pretending. It is practicing self-mastery. It is refusing to let the world dictate your mood. It is holding yourself to a higher standard, one worthy of a champion. My friends, life will test your patience. It will send you people and situations designed to shake your spirit. But the one who remains calm in the storm earns the respect of the wise, the envy of the petty, and the victory of the strong. So walk forward with quiet confidence. Smile when they expect you to break. Stay focused when they expect you to fall. And let the world know that you are here to build, to lead, and to win, untouched by anything that seeks to weaken you. Your peace is not just a feeling. It is a force, a shield, and a foundation for everything you build in life. The moment you allow someone else to disrupt that peace, you hand over your most valuable asset. People often think power comes from wealth, influence, or physical strength, but true power begins inside. It is the ability to maintain inner calm, no matter what the outer world throws at you. When you guard your peace, you control your focus, your energy, and your destiny. Life will present countless situations that try to steal your peace: unfair treatment, criticism, rejection, delays, or unexpected problems. Many people react impulsively, letting anger, frustration, or fear dictate their actions. But when you respond this way, you are no longer in control. You are allowing outside forces to decide how you feel and what you do. That is the quickest way to lose your personal power. Peace is your anchor in a turbulent sea. Without it, you drift aimlessly at the mercy of every wave. Guarding your peace does not mean you ignore problems or pretend challenges don't exist. It means you face them from a position of strength, not weakness. A peaceful mind thinks clearly, sees opportunities others miss, and acts with purpose instead of panic. It is in moments of calm that the best decisions are made, the greatest strategies are formed, and the most effective actions are taken. Your ability to remain composed under pressure is what separates a leader from the crowd. Your peace is also your protection against negativity. There will always be people who try to provoke you, to see if they can shake your confidence. If you react emotionally, they win. But when you remain calm, you send a silent message that you are untouchable, that you cannot be swayed by drama or manipulation. Over time, people learn that your mind is not a playground for their chaos. To protect your peace, you must learn to choose your battles wisely. Not every comment deserves a reply. Not every situation needs your reaction. Some things are simply not worth your energy. Every moment you spend defending yourself against small-minded attacks is a moment you could be building your vision. Ask yourself, will this matter 5 years from now? If the answer is no, let it go immediately. Your peace is also directly connected to your health. Stress, anger, and constant mental agitation drain your body and weaken your spirit. A peaceful state of mind promotes focus, creativity, and resilience. It gives you the patience to keep moving forward when progress is slow, and the strength to keep fighting when challenges appear overwhelming. True champions in business, life, or any field know that protecting their peace is not a luxury, it's a necessity. They choose where to place their attention. They decide which voices matter, and they refuse to give their power away. When you live this way, you are unstoppable. Your peace becomes your greatest weapon and your most unshakable source of strength. Distractions are the silent thieves of achievement. They don't knock loudly at your door. They slip in quietly, stealing your time, your energy, and your concentration before you even realize. They are there. Every moment you spend reacting to something unimportant is a moment you take away from building the life you truly want. The danger is that distractions often appear harmless, even enjoyable, but over time they chip away at your ability to stay committed to your vision. Focus is the fuel of success. Without it, even the most talented and intelligent person will fail to reach their full potential. The world is full of noise, social media updates, irrelevant conversations, minor inconveniences, and endless opinions. If you allow yourself to be pulled in 100 different directions, your efforts become scattered, and scattered effort produces little to no results. A magnifying glass can start a fire only when it is still and pointed at one spot. The same is true for your mind. Distractions also take many forms beyond technology or entertainment. They can come as people who drain your energy, unnecessary drama, or even your own thoughts that dwell on the past or worry about the future. Every time you let your attention wander to things that do not move you closer to your goal, you slow your progress. And if you slow your progress too often, you risk losing the momentum entirely. The most dangerous thing about distractions is that they are disguised as urgency. Something may feel important simply because it's happening now, but in reality, it may have no lasting impact on your goals. Learning to separate urgency from importance is a skill every high achiever must master. Your mission in life should always guide your decisions about where to put your focus. If it does not align with your purpose, it is a distraction, no matter how pressing it seems in the moment. To guard your focus, you must create boundaries, set clear times for deep work, and refuse to let interruptions invade those hours. Limit your exposure to environments and people who constantly demand your attention without contributing to your growth. Learn to say a no without guilt because every yes to a distraction is a no to your dreams. Staying focused is not just about discipline, it's about desire. When your vision is powerful enough, distractions lose their appeal. You won't need to fight them as hard because your purpose will naturally draw your attention back to what matters most. But until that vision becomes second nature, you must train your mind to recognize and remove distractions before they derail you. Success is rarely lost in one big moment of failure. It is lost in small, repeated moments of inattention. Protect your focus like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. What you give your attention to will shape your future. And if you allow distractions to steal that attention, you hand over control of your destiny to things that never deserved it in the first place. The person who remains unshaken in the face of adversity holds a kind of power that cannot be bought, borrowed, or stolen. When you cannot be rattled by criticism, pressure, or fear, you remove the very leverage others might use against you. The world is full of people who can be manipulated simply by provoking their emotions. But when your mind is calm, your emotions steady, and your heart fixed on your purpose, no one can control you. Control over others often begins with their reactions. If someone knows how to push your buttons, they can steer your actions, influence your decisions, and even derail your progress. But if those buttons don't work, if you have trained yourself not to respond impulsively, you become immune to manipulation. The unshaken individual operates from principle, not from momentary feelings. They make decisions based on vision, not on the noise of the present moment. Remaining unshaken does not mean you are emotionless. It means you control your emotions rather than letting them control you. You can acknowledge frustration without letting it dictate your choices. You can face fear without letting it decide your future. This is self mastery in its highest form. The ability to be aware of what is happening inside you while refusing to be driven by it. Life will test you. You will face moments when the easiest reaction is anger, panic, or despair. People may insult you to break your confidence, but the person who stays calm under pressure stands out as a leader. Others begin to trust them, follow them, and respect them, not because they are loud, but because they are steady. The unshaken also have a remarkable advantage in decision making. A panicked mind makes poor choices, often choosing immediate relief over long term success. But a calm mind can see clearly, think strategically, and act with precision. This is why, in moments of crisis, the one who remains composed often ends up in control, not just of themselves, but of the entire situation. To develop this strength, you must train yourself daily. It starts with awareness. Notice when something tries to provoke you. Pause before reacting. Ask yourself, will responding emotionally help me or harm me? Over time, this habit becomes your natural state, and you'll find that fewer and fewer things have the power to shake you. When nothing outside of you can control your inner state, you are free. Free. You cannot be bribed with approval or threatened with rejection. You cannot be steered off course by doubt or manipulated through fear. You become your own master, and in doing so, you take command of your life. The unshaken cannot be controlled because they have already claimed the greatest control of all, control over themselves. And that is a form of power the world cannot take away. The person who remains unshaken in the face of adversity holds a form of strength that is rare and priceless. When you cannot be rattled by insults, setbacks, or unexpected challenges, you take away the very weapons others might try to use against you. Most people are easy to influence because their emotions are easily triggered. If someone knows how to anger you, discourage you, or make you doubt yourself, they can manipulate your actions. But when you are steady, calm, and firmly rooted in your purpose, you are beyond their reach. Yet control over others begins with controlling their reactions. If a person's mood can be shifted with a single comment, their focus can be diverted with a small distraction, or their confidence can be broken with a little criticism, then they are not in control of themselves. And the unshaken person, however, is different. They respond instead of reacting. They pause before speaking. They make decisions based on their long term goals, not on the temporary emotions of the moment. Being unshaken is not about being emotionless. It is about mastering your emotions instead of being mastered by them. It means feeling the fear, but not letting it dictate your next step. It means experiencing frustration, but still choosing your words and actions carefully. That's good. It means acknowledging the storm around you without letting it into your mind. This kind of emotional stability is a mark of leadership. People naturally follow the one who remains steady when everyone else is losing control. Life is full of moments that will test this stability. Someone might insult you just to provoke a reaction. A sudden challenge might appear to throw you off balance. A plan might fall apart unexpectedly. In each of these moments, you will face a choice. Surrender your calm and give your power away, or stand firm and keep it. The average person chooses the first without even realizing it. The unshaken person chooses the second every time. This calmness also gives you an advantage in problem solving. A mind in panic sees fewer options and often makes poor choices. The calm mind, however, sees clearly, weighs the situation with wisdom, and acts strategically. This is why those who can remain steady in high pressure situations often end up leading, not just because they have authority, but because they inspire confidence. Developing this quality requires discipline. You must become aware of your triggers. You must practice delaying your responses until you have regained your composure. You must learn to measure situations by their long term importance, not by how they make you feel. in the moment. Over time, this becomes second nature, and people will notice that it is nearly impossible to throw you off course. When you master yourself to this degree, you take away every tool that could be used to control you. Approval cannot bribe you, rejection cannot weaken you, and fear cannot stop you. You become the captain of your own mind, and with that, you become truly unstoppable. Because they control themselves. Self-mastery is not something you achieve once and then keep forever. It is a discipline, a daily commitment, and a constant refining of your thoughts, actions, and emotions. Every day, you are faced with situations that test your patience, challenge your focus, and tempt you to react impulsively. Without regular practice, even the strongest self-control can weaken. Just as muscles grow through repeated exercise, your ability to master yourself grows through consistent use. Self-mastery begins with awareness. You cannot control what you do not first recognize. Each day you must pay attention to your thoughts, what you are thinking, why you are thinking it, and how it makes you feel. This awareness allows you to catch negative or unproductive patterns before they shape your behavior. If you notice irritation rising, you can pause before snapping at someone. If you catch yourself drifting into doubt, you can redirect your mind toward confidence. But awareness alone is not enough. It must be paired with intentional action. Every day, you must choose how you will respond to challenges instead of letting your instincts run on autopilot. You must choose to stay calm in the face of frustration, to remain focused when distractions appear, and to act with discipline when it would be easier to give in to comfort. These choices may seem small in the moment, but over time, they build an unshakable character. The key is consistency. You cannot expect to master your emotions one day and then abandon the practice the next. Self-mastery must become a habit woven into your daily life. It might mean starting your morning with a routine that sets your mind in the right direction, reading something inspiring, meditating, or reviewing your goals. It might mean ending your day with reflection, asking yourself, where did I stay in control today? Where did I give my power away? This constant cycle of reflection and correction is what sharpens your control. Discipline is also a vital part of self-mastery. You cannot rely on motivation alone because motivation rises and falls. Discipline is the ability to act according to your values even when you don't feel like it's in. When you train yourself to follow through on your commitments, whether it's sticking to your schedule, completing your task, or maintaining a positive mindset, you strengthen your willpower. Each time you win a small battle over yourself, you become more capable of winning the bigger ones. It is important to understand that self-mastery is not about being perfect, it's about progress. There will be moments when you slip, react too quickly, or lose focus. What matters is how quickly you bring yourself back to center and learn from those moments. When you treat self-mastery as a daily practice, you develop the ability to remain steady in any situation. Your emotions, habits, and decisions come under your control. And with that control comes freedom. You are no longer at the mercy of circumstances. You are the master of your own destiny